so linear equations. There are three forms of linear equations that we'll work with that you've worked with before. And you may not be as familiar with some of the forms as you are with some of the other ones, but we'll kind of go over the forms to start off with. And that would be what I talked about from the homework. First off, standard form. Looks like a constant times x plus a constant times y equals a constant. So the x's and the y's are on one side of the equal sign, and the number is on the other side of the equal sign. We usually like these a's and b's and c's to be integers. And we usually like the a to be a positive integer, but we won't get that picky. Not all the time. And then there is slope-intercept form. Which is your familiar y equals mx plus b, where m is what? Slope, and b is y-intercept. And then we have point slope that you should have studied in Algebra 1. That can be very helpful if you have the slope of your line and you know one point on the line. And that form is written as y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1, where m is the slope of the line, and x sub 1 comma y sub 1 is a point on the line. Okay, so I'll show you how we use that point slope form. Okay, so I am asked to write in standard form an equation of the line with a slope of 3 that goes through the point negative 1, 5. Well, here's my m. My m is 3. And here's my x1, y1 is negative 1, 5. So I'm going to use this information to write the equation of a line in point slope form, and then I'll change it back to standard form at the end. Alright, so point slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So I'll do my substitutions for the m and the x1, y1. So this is y minus 5 equals 3 parentheses x minus negative 1. Now I just want to clean that up a little bit. So I have y minus 5 equals 3 times x minus negative 1, x plus 1. Now that feels a little bit better. Now I can leave it in this form if I'm asked for point slope. So I'll abbreviate that point slope. But if I want to change this to standard form, I need all my x's and y's on the left-hand side and the constant on the right-hand side. So here we go. We'll just distribute that 3. So I get y minus 5 equals 3x plus 3. I want my x's on the other side, so I will subtract 3x from both sides. And get negative 3x plus y minus 5. Just put the negative 3x on this side with the y minus 5. On the right side, the 3x is gone, so all I have left is a 3. I want all my constants, all my numbers to be on the right side, so I'll add 5 to both sides and get negative 3x plus y. The minus 5 is gone, equals, now add 5 to the 3 and get 8. And I'm in standard form, but I've got all integer numbers here. I usually like the coefficient on the x to be a positive number. So the last thing I'll do to get it into standard form, true standard form, would be to multiply both sides of this equation by negative 1. What multiplying an equation by negative 1 does is change the sign of everything and get positive 3x minus y equals negative 8. And now I am in standard form, traditional standard form. Okay, so that's, and I could have gone very easily from point slope form to y-intercept form if I wanted to also. Just usually where we want to leave our equations. Okay, now let's just try to write something in point slope form. I have 2 points on the line. Point slope requires a point and a slope. How am I going to get the slope? Yes, sir. All right, so how you want to calculate slope? Negative 1 minus negative 3 is negative 1 plus 3 over 5 minus 4. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2. 5 minus 4 is 1. So I get a slope of 2. Okay. Now if I'm going to write point slope form, I need the slope and I need a point, and I don't care which one. So my equation could be y. I can use my first point for negative 3. It could be y minus negative 3 equals m2 times x minus x1, 4. We don't usually write minus a negative number. We change that to y plus 3 equals 2 parentheses x minus 4. Or I could use the other point and say y minus negative 1 equals 2 parentheses x minus 5. So that's y plus 1 equals 2 parentheses x minus 5. And there I'm in point slope with either one of those points. But these look like 2 different equations. Do you think they are? Let's write this one in slope intercept. So y plus 3 equals 2x minus 8. Subtract 3 from both sides and